I'm ready. It's a pleasant Sunday morning, the last Sunday in the month of October, year of our Lord 2023. Good morning to you all and welcome to the show. It's Sunday morning live on FM here in the studios of OGBC 90.5 in Abeokuta with me, Wole Otayemi. In today's show, we want to look at one lingering area of the economy which has almost crippled every sector of the economy. Our inflation rate is over 26% as we speak, the highest in sub-Saharan Africa. Remember vividly to some of you listening to me who were big enough in the late 70s, 80s, and thereabout, when we were a producing economy. We had several companies in Nigeria that were turning out goods and services for the generality of the people. The Exide Battery in Ibadan, the Land Motors in Ibadan, the Pojo in Kaduna. Mention it, several of these big companies were all plowing back into the existing economy. We now open our borders to all sorts of goods and services coming into our country, including even construction of roads and other infrastructure. All these are handled as capital flight because you pay them in dollars and the money goes back to their accounts. At the end of the day, nothing is left for Nigeria. And when you look at the quality of jobs some of them are doing, they don't even do such in their own countries, not to talk of what they are giving us, which is more or less of a second class. So as we speak now, there has been a lingering foreign exchange scarcity in Nigeria. Our economy is more or less becoming that economy of Zimbabwe, where Zimbabwean dollar is relegated to the background and American dollar is being used for transaction. Even to buy a loaf of bread in Harare, Salisbury, or even in Bulawayo, you've got to spend American dollar to get an ordinary loaf of bread. And don't talk of transportation and every other sector of the economy. So this morning we are looking at the lingering foreign exchange scarcity in Nigeria, which has been an ongoing problem for the economy for about 2 years or thereabouts now. And this has led to high inflation. As I said, our inflation as of last night is over 26%, which is a galloping one. Not good enough for the economy, not good enough for the middle people, not good enough for the poor people. I was coming this morning with boarding a taxi, and one of the passengers told me that she was not going to cook for her children this morning, only for her to wait till afternoon. That tells you they may be operating 010 or 011, or think of any other formula you use. So there is an escalation in the price of goods and services in Nigeria on a daily basis. And then we're looking at this critical area of our national life this morning with an economist, an industrialist, an accountant, Governing Council of Summit University in Offa, presently Kwara State. Alhaji Ebiti, good morning to you, sir. Welcome to OGBC 9.5. He's a senior accountant, an entrepreneur of note, and is a soft-spoken and with rare empathy and altruistic values. His watchword in life is living for the betterment of others. He attended Ansarudin High School in Falulu Road, Surulere, Lagos. He bagged his fellowship and a fellowship of the prestigious Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICA, in 1992. He started his professional career with KPMG, an internationally renowned firm of chartered accountants, where he handled medium and large-size audits of companies in different sectors of the economy, and also gaining vast knowledge and skills in accounting, taxation, secretarial practice investigations, business management, among others. He left KPMG after 5 years to join Comrint Nigeria Limited as finance company of Alhaji Group. He is currently the CEO of Easterbar Green Nigeria Limited, a company with strong Ebiti & Co. His practice firm and the chairman, he entered an engineering firm. He is happily married, and the marriage is blessed with wonderful children. He is currently the Post-Chancellor, Smith University of Kwara State, the University of the Ansarudin Society of Nigeria, and current Deputy President 1 of Muslim Ummah of Southwest Nigeria, among several other Islamic institutions. He is the patron, chairman, and advisor of SASB. Sir, once again, welcome to the program.
Good morning and thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, when you take a look at the purchasing power of the Naira in the last few months, I don't know, Alhaji, how you are going to rate our Naira and what has brought us to this level of national life.
a bit unfortunate. Wale, thank you very much, Wale. It's a bit unfortunate, but not that we don't plan, but we don't implement our plans. The several budgets of federal government has enunciated so many things, but the reality is that it does not dovetail to the people. So the people always bear the brunt of the mistakes that are made. Talk about the naira. It's unfortunate because some time ago, I think yesterday I was discussing with someone. I said, "See, 800 naira there." Talking about 19 naira. Pojo, when we were in school, was 5,000. I mean, 504. Yeah, everything.
Brand new.
Brand new, yes. So now we are here. First, you can't get a brand new car to buy. And even if you do, you're going to pay in hundreds of millions. Why are we here? We are here because we've been shortchanged. We've been shortchanged by the people we have put our trust into their hands. Then we ourselves, as human beings, as members of a society, have not been honest with ourselves. There is not enough reaction, so to say. But prices will rise if goods and services are inadequate. The demand is higher than the supply. It's a simple economic theory. So prices will rise. Why is the naira vis-a-vis foreign exchange? Is because we've been so much tied to a monoproduct, which has been our crude oil. And I can tell you from experience that crude oil is gotten from reserves and gas comes out of it for you to get the oil. We've never looked at alternatives for our crude oil, which should have been gas. Now, we've always looked at crude oil and we were selling and it was good. But you see, it's law of economics. Anything that goes up definitely will come down.
Sure.
So when the price of food was good, the planning, the realistic part of it, the investment part of it to save for tomorrow was not there. Even if it was there, it was not seriously taken into consideration. So today, we are all paying a price because our naira, like you have said, but it's not as bad as that. Let me correct that impression. But it's cost for concern. 6% rate of inflation is serious cause for concern for any economy.
You have opened a can of worms, and I'll pick you up from there. You said in the 1981, when you bought your Passat for 3,000 naira. Pojo was sold then for about 5,000 naira.
Yes.
10 nylon, you opened the car newly.
Brand new.
Brand new. Yes. And then, as of that period, petrol pump price should be around 30 kobo per liter.
Yes.
Yes, for that period. And then when you look at it, why I'm asking you this is that we started on a very good pedestal in the 70s and 80s when these plants were assembling these vehicles in Nigeria and selling to the Nigerian market. Why did Nigerian government allow these companies to die? Coupled with the fact that something relevant to Nigerian experience was done in South Africa. If you go to downtown Johannesburg, the capital of South Africa, the South African government did not allow the Japanese to sell cars into their countries. They told them, if you are Toyota maker, bring your plant to South Africa. If you are Mazda, if you are Nissan, mention any brand of cars from Japan, bring your assembly plant to South Africa. They now give you specifications. You produce, government goes there, take over everything, and start selling to individuals. Can't Nigeria borrow a leaf from that? Owing to the fact that South Africa is a member of BRICS, and that's a bloc of Brazil, Russia, India, China,
China.
and South Africa.
Yeah.
Can't we join such bloc and make a headway out of the quagmire we find ourselves?
Well, if you say that as a solution, yes, it's an option, member of BRICS.
Yes.
And that means that not that the economy, the potential of the economy is not recognized, but the reality of the economy is totally different. So, have a functional economy. There must be some basics. There must be adequate infrastructure.
Okay.
That qualifies, that makes life easy for the citizens. The only change that I've seen here is the rail that was done recently that you can. It's now even cheaper to. It was a nightmare,
Yes.
but then the road has been finished, which is a good thing. These are the infrastructures, and we need tons
Of
billions of such.
Okay.
The rail, for instance, should be geopolitical, so that I can go to Abuja by rail overnight, 4 hours, and I'm in Abuja. So, but the options to Abuja, there is no sea. So it's either you go by road, which is cheaper but not safe, or you go by air. There is no direct rail from Lagos to Abuja. So, yes, of course. So, to be a member of BRICS, you must have some fundamentals. We don't have those fundamentals. Let us tell ourselves the truth.
So that doesn't qualify us to be a member?
No, it doesn't. And then the structure of our economy right now also does not qualify us. We cannot be a monoproduct economy, given the fact that we have a penchant to import more. There's nothing wrong with importation. The model for South Africa, Nigeria started it. The assembly plants were here for motor vehicles. If you know, there were trucks. Steyr was also here.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's not the question of it's moving on to the next level. The idea was the assembly plants will come. There was Flexiglass that was making the glasses for those vehicles assembled here and go on. Michelin was developed in Port Harcourt to produce. So it was supposed to be a linkage thing. But you see, policies in this country are not consistent. And once a policy is not consistent, the long-term impact is that it will fail. Those were novel and good ideas, but somehow the support that those investors needed was not there. I cried when I saw that Land Rover was going to exit Nigeria, because I know the plant in Ibadan is down the road here.
Yes.
Yes. Exide battery too.
Was in Ibadan.
Yes, of course. So
Berek was in
yes, Berek, yes, of course. So they were cause for concern for me then. But then the policymakers, sometimes they go to sleep, and you don't make policies, even if it's short term. You must develop the long-term policies. So the long-term policies have not been implemented. So we don't have a serious manufacturing base in Nigeria right now. We don't.
Yeah, Alhaji, somebody will say because we don't have a constant power supply, is that a factor making some of these countries to exit the country apart from security challenges?
I don't think the power is the issue. Generally, those factories have their own independent power units. Generally, it's an addition to the cost, which shouldn't be. But then, if you want to invest, if you want to produce, you must take that into consideration.
Okay, so Alhaji, how can you explain how can the exchange rate affect foreign investments in Nigerian stock market? This galloping exchange rate, today you buy the dollar at 1,100 naira, tomorrow you buy it at 1,300 naira, next tomorrow it comes back to 1,000. How does it affect the investment drive into our own economy?
A couple of years ago, the Nigerian direct investment in our shares and bonds, what is stopped now is dropped because first it's been difficult for people to repatriate their dividends, which is why they are bringing in their capital in the first instance. The world is a global village now. If If Nigeria is paying bonds at 14%, 15%, you don't get that in Europe. You don't get 15%. So if there is stability in the economy, foreign direct investment will come. People will buy shares, they will trade the shares, and when those people declare dividends, they are supposed to be able to transfer those dividends. That's why they brought in the money in the first instance. But when you scare them away, that even the dividends they cannot ordinarily transfer, then their capital is at risk. If I cannot repatriate my dividend, then my capital is at, so people are stopping and saying, see, there is something wrong with the economy, which is the truth.
Is it true that we have stronger individuals than institutions in Nigeria that's affecting doing business among investors and even the locals?